Introducing Dr. Njakiri Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world. New York City. Well, for the first time in 30 years, the greatness of New York City is now in question.
What?
Yes.
God.
Yeah. After 11 years in power, our dear mayor, Mayor Bloomberg, is leaving at the end of the year. Yeah, and none of the candidates that have shown interest are inspiring. As a loyal citizen of New York City, I want to recommend this man for mayor. Watch.
The rent too damn high movement, the people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. They're being laid off right now as I speak. They can't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Gotta listen like me.
Yeah, I mean, if he could be the governor of New York State, why not the mayor of New York City? Why not? And rent is damn high.
What?
Well, while the fight is on in New York City, President Obama has been chilling since he gave the State of the Union address. Yeah, this week, while on vacation in Florida, he played golf with Tiger Woods. You know, the two men are similar in some ways. They are men at the top of their games. But they are also different in so many ways. One is an African who likes to think he's an African American. The other one is an African American who likes to think he's a blonde. Now, President Obama got a few tips on how to play golf from Tiger Woods. He also learned a few other things from the golf legend. Watch.
Watch the video. Seems to be a little different story. Obama maybe watching his footing, maybe looking at the steps, maybe letting her pass, as opposed to a chance.
Yeah, what about? I hope Michelle is not watching. Well, it happened that we've not had the last from the Pope. First of all, for those of you who were hoping that we have a chance of an African Pope, just forget about it. Pope Benedict's brother, his own brother, said there is no hope. But what were you thinking? What were you expecting? Once you go Nazi, you can't go black. The Vatican admitted this week that the Pope Benedict, this Pope, had secret surgery a few months ago. Okay, we are listening. We are, what else? Secret children? Most of you saw the lightning that struck the Vatican. Immediately the Pope resigned. Some people said that it was proof that someone upstairs is not taking this breakup easy very well. I beg to differ. It was a sign of approval. It was a sign saying good riddance.
Get out.
Something bigger than the Pope is happening somewhere.
Amen.
And so it was. It happened that Easter came too early in Aso Rock.
What?
While Jesus was still having the Last Supper, building energy to carry the cross, our own First Lady, Patience Jonathan, died. And on the seventh day, she resurrected. Yeah. I am not Lazarus, but my experience was similar to his, says Patience Jonathan. Don't be modest, Saint Patience. Lazarus' body wasn't rotten. Yours was rotten. Patience needed to be dead for just 3 days to get an A for ascension. But no, just to show off, she extended it to 7 days. She says, my intestine and tummy were opened. I actually died. You know, she was talking to Pharisees and Sadducees who gathered at Mount Abuja for Thanksgiving. Upon hearing that Patience Jonathan died and resurrected on the seventh day, Jesus resigned. He said, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm done. Imagine 18 state governors, 5,000 guests attended the 500 million naira St. Patience Thanksgiving party. My only question is, so when is she ascending to heaven? To mark the resurrection of Patience, the federal government of Nigeria has declared the 7th day of every week a work-free day. You can stay home. Patience's recovery has put fake prophets to shame, says Jonathan. Oga Jonathan, whatever you do, don't annoy Prophet TB Joshua. My hand no deal. When TB Joshua predicts something, by any means necessary, he makes sure that it happens. Be careful. Now, shame on you, Wole Soyinka. Shame on you. And shame on all of you miserable men and women who oppose the First Lady's 4 billion naira temple.
Right.
I bet you did not know that her disciples were simply starting a new religion in her name. 2,000 years from now, your descendants will be so ashamed of you for antagonizing the building of the first temple dedicated to the memory of the Jesus of Otuoke. The St. Patience Church of the Latter-day Saints. For those of you who want God to bring you back from the dead, like he did for our dear Patience, don't just stay at home and kneel down. God is waiting to do the same for you, but you must go to Germany for the miracle to occur. So how did you all feel when you read that Kim Kardashian got paid $500,000 for spending 24 hours in Nigeria? $500,000. Did you all smack your head like this? Unlike you, I wasn't mad. I'm channeling my emotion into something positive. I'm getting ready to make my own sex tape, you know? That's all I need to jumpstart this my career. So if you want to register for my pay-per-view events, send me an email to drdamages@gmail.com. Now, here are this week's headline news from Nigerian newspapers. Nigeria needs 350 billion to annually meet our water needs, says President Jonathan. In the meantime, let's spend 4 billion naira for the First Lady's mission. Calling the Super Eagles Super Chicken made us fight to win the Nations Cup, says Keshi. So why hasn't calling bad luck, Jonathan bad luck, made him fight to bring good luck to us? Why? No Nigerian should be a settler anywhere in Nigeria, says Sultan of Sokoto. Okay, Sultan, okay. Does that mean I am free to drink beer inside, what is that place that settlers live in the north? Yeah, Sabongari. 1,300 teachers in Kaduna State have failed tests typically set for primary 4 pupils, says Kaduna State Commissioner for Education. Oh yeah, Western education must really be bad. Bad. Governor T. Oji of Abia State calls on youths to preserve their virginity until marriage. Hey. Soon after, he sent 10 cars to Abia State University to pick up girls for his guests. Federal government to mount 10,000 cameras on major highways. How many major highways do we have in Nigeria?
3?
Is it like 1 camera for each pothole? Jonathan did not sign any agreement with PDP governors, says the presidency. Thank God. I was getting worried that Jonathan could actually write. No more sex, no remarrying, says Mama G, Patience Ozokwo. This our editors self. What is wrong with them? What is the news in this? Unless it was said by Obasanjo or Babangida or any of these Viagra using generals. Nigerian leaders stole 3 trillion in 10 years, says report. You think when you say trillion, we go fear. Come out for road. We're now stealing in that next level. Zillion. Is that zillion? Yeah, zillion, yeah. Gazillion. Okay, that's better. Delta State names Asaba Stadium after Keshi. Wow. Beautiful stadium. Did you see that? What will they do when he wins the World Cup? Give him their wives and daughters? Phone subscribers spent 2.14 trillion on calls in 24 hours. What? Half of those calls went to Sun Newspaper's page 3 girls. It's time for your email.
A love letter. Wadada, wadada, love letter.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Where have you been?
Just busy.
Go ahead.
Okay. So our first email is from Kojo Woods. He wrote from an undisclosed location. Dear Dr. Damages, I read the story of a governor who gave a lady a car for remaining a virgin until marriage. My question to you, sir, is this. How did the governor know that the lady in question was a virgin? Did he personally carry out the test on Miss Nwanyezi Prosper?
Kojo, you're a smart guy. But your problem is that you don't know this governor. You need to know your subject to understand the whole story. Governor Orji was the man who went in front of Okeja shrine naked. So a man like that, he has eyes that is trained to see a ripe maize from afar. You know, he doesn't have to lick the pear to know how it tastes. You know, Oshobo, you understand? Read the second email.
Okay, our second email is from Yazid Gom in Malaysia. Dear doctor, my name is Yazid Gom, a Nigerian living in Malaysia, and I'm really interested in your show. Doctor, can you please tell me why winning African Nations Cup is part of an achievement of my nation, Nigeria, or to President Jonathan's administration?
Yazid, I'm glad you asked this question. You see, the last time Nigeria won this African Cup was when Sani Abacha was the head of state. That win made Abacha to import Indian prostitutes into Nigeria for a party. You know how that party ended. So I heard that as part of this celebration that President Jonathan will be visiting Jamaica again with the Super Eagles. And you never can tell, you know, one thing could lead to another, you know what I mean? All right, third email, please.
Our third email is from Tolu in Lagos. Tolu wrote, hello, doctor. Lovely show. On the subject of Obasanjo launching his foundation abroad, is it only me or what? Won't it have been proper for the launch to take place on our soil? What do you think?
Tolu, it's only you. You're alone. You see, listen, why should Obasanjo launch something important in Nigeria? Why? In any case, Obasanjo's hands are tied. You know, Section 124C of the UN Constitution says that every former... No, let me get it right. It says, let me read it, that every failed candidate for the Secretary General of the United Nations, every failed candidate, remember that Obasanjo failed, when they want to launch their foundation, that they must launch it in a country that has a foundation. And you know Nigeria has no foundation, so Obasanjo had to take it to London. Fourth email, please.
Yes, so our fourth email is from Godwin in Russia. He wrote...
I know that guy. I know that guy. Read.
Okay, he wrote, Dear Dr. Damages, I can see that one of your damsels is back on the show without telling us where she went to. Where is the second one? Tell them that if Saudi Arabia does not come to Nigeria, Nigerians will go to Saudi Arabia. I want to come for my pilgrimage in their places, so let me get ready for them all.
Yeah. Where did you go to? Godwin, I'm beginning to think that you are the one scaring my assistants from coming to work. Each time you write about them, they don't show up. Wait a minute. Is this a trick? Godwin, I'm beginning to think he's hooking up with my assistants behind my back. If I get you, Godwin, if I get you, just watch. That's all the time we have for emails. Until next week, please send your emails to drdamages@gmail.com. Now, tomorrow is Academy Awards night. Amongst all the 10 movies vying for the top movie of the year, 3 of them are stories about Nigeria. Wow. The Life of Pi, Django Unchained, and The Beast of the Northern Wild. Wow. Now, The Life of Pi tells the story of how Patience Jonathan escaped from Aso Rock and went to wash her large and small intestines on a German river. Fascinating story, you know. Django Unchained is the story of Obasanjo's life since he left the presidency of Nigeria, and he searched for relevance in the life of the country that he used to dominate. Very good story. And then the Beast of Northern Wild is the story of Boko Haram fighters searching for a better life in Nigeria. Excellent. I recommend that you watch the show tomorrow and cheer for our own movies and actors. So that's our show for this week. Until next week, I am Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Thank you.